What's going on, everybody? This is Daniel Harms of the RGR Football Channel, film analyst here, and today is another film room for you. What we're going to do today is give you the biggest reason why I'm really excited, and why Brian and myself, a lot of other Chiefs fans and Chiefs analysts, are really excited about Jody Fortson getting back into the fold. What his arrival means to the team, what it can actually mean for the offense, what can they do differently, things they were doing last year. That's what I want to get into today, because for me, it's important to show you why I'm excited about this player, why I'm excited about the possibility of him in the offense, and what he can do to really expand an increasingly efficient offense last year against two high safeties that are going to see more of it this season. Before we get started, make sure if you're new, you hit that like, the bell, and the sub. The sub is beneficial for you guys. It's beneficial for us. We're trying to grow more Chiefs Kingdom and trying to get everybody out there the best Chiefs news possible. Please hit that like. It helps us out a lot. So now let's go ahead. Talk a little bit about Jody Fortson. Only had 5 catches last year. Nothing circumstantial, nothing crazy. He did have 2 touchdowns and a big catch. We're going to get into that in this as well. But the thing about Jody is he was struggling to figure it out, okay? Comes in from Valdosta University, tight end, wide receiver, converts to tight end. Then they figure out, okay, no, we want you to go back to wide receiver. You're not big enough. Then 2 years he spends doing that. Then this past season, 2021, they asked him, fine, go back to tight end. You're going to put weight on. You're going to be asked to block better. All those things happened. He put weight on. He looked better, more competent, more effective as a blocker, especially as an inline blocker, things that he didn't have beforehand. He looks the mold of a tight end now, but he has a little bit of the athleticism and speed as a wide receiver. So as much as Travis Kelce is, by definition, more of a receiving tight end, a wide receiver, as you will, Jody Fortson brings a little bit of that as well. He's not as athletically gifted as Travis Kelce. There just aren't tight ends that do that, but he has versatility. The biggest important and the biggest factor in his ascendance in this offense is the versatility that he brings. So let's go ahead and get into the tape, because I think you guys are going to enjoy what I bring to this, because we're just going to start off with a basic formation. It's in the goal. It's in, goal to go situation. You have 3 tight ends on the field. This is the bigger part of what we're going to talk about later. But again, you have big bodies on the field. Make no mistake, the Chiefs are going to be using Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster on the field more, especially in these situations. So you have a Blake Bell, Travis Kelce, Jody Fortson, Marcus Kemp, big-bodied receivers. Maybe they can become more effective in the end zone. But what it does is it gives you a little bit more of a guessing game. What are they going to do? Are they going to run the football? Are they going to actually throw it? So yeah, it creates a bit more of a mismatch with the defensive mindset. Are they going to throw it? What are they going to do? But again, Jody just comes in. It's a simple pitch and a catch. It's a play action pass. It's nothing crazy. That's all it is. Like, they're not reinventing the wheel here. He just gets a free release off the line of scrimmage. He's wide open. Sucked in the linebacker. Boom. Adjusts, makes the catch. Boom. It's simple. It's easy. Like, little things. It's the little things that count, right? If you can execute this ball in the red zone with the big-bodied offense, you can do it again. But this is just another bigger reason that I like Jody Fortson. The catch away from the body. And it's, again, this is a very simple task, but he's in the air, so he's having to make an adjustment with his body on the ball. Not the most accurate of throws, but again, you're trying to throw it away from defenders that are incoming. He does. Gets it away, and Jody Fortson goes and makes the catch. One of the big reasons I think he's going to be involved in the offense is because of the things that he can do with the ball in the air. This being another one of those. You have a 2 tight end set here with Travis Kelce and Jody Fortson. They run Jody on that wheel route against Landon Collins of the Washington Commanders. And now look at him. This is another part of that whole process, because we know the Chiefs love to spread the ball around. We know they have their 2 tight end sets, but they like to be able to be out of shotgun. So what do? You bring 2 tight end sets, creep up to the line of scrimmage. You have lots of space. So you're essentially seeing man coverage, all right? And you can run a lot of games out of this because you bring up these guys to the offense, to the line of scrimmage. You can run play action passes a little bit more effectively. But again, just simple, boom. Create a little bit of separation on the out there, let him get upfield, and let the safety have to then be turned around. He's not going to create a lot of separation downfield on routes because that's not his strength. But what you can do is you can run a little bit of rub here and get him free release, okay? You can get free releases. Travis Kelce was getting beat up a lot last year, but this is really where it comes in for me. Why I get excited, because he does these above the rim things that a lot of Chiefs receivers have. If they have done it in the past, they haven't been available in this offense because Andy Reid and or Patrick Mahomes haven't been up to it. The one thing that we've seen with Patrick Mahomes is you have to get comfortable with the receivers. He has to trust you. This was his 5th game last year. He was getting trusted targets like this down the field in situations where it was a go get it. It was a one-on-one, and he took advantage of it because he trusted Jody Fortson to make that play. Things that he didn't trust McCole Hardman and Byron Pringle at times to do last year. Jody could do. So I like what he can bring. You can bring him in motion. He can line up out wide, get that one-on-one matchup. But this isn't about what he does in the receiving department because it's not anything crazy. But what he did here, he just helps block. If you get him on a bigger body, a smaller body, he can still box out, and help Patrick Mahomes get out. They like to do this where they run him out to the wide side with 2 tight ends here. Travis Kelce's again being beaten up, a huge factor last year. Things hopefully change this coming season, but you have a lot of space. Just let him work, block a little bit out there with the corner. Gets a first down. He's just being there. Like, he's a big body. He can block. I think that he's a more underrated blocker than he gets credit for. Especially last year, he was much, much better than we had seen to that point. And this is where I think that Jody's snaps can actually come up and be an increased role, because what we see here is Demarcus Robinson is being brought down onto the line of scrimmage. They did this a lot last year with the inability and not wanting some of these overhang defenders to get free releases. So they brought a wide receiver, typically it was Demarcus Robinson, down to attach to the line of scrimmage essentially as an extra tight end, and they rolled Patrick out wide this way. So Jody can come in now. He's going to be healthy this year. He can do all of this as well. He can come in, he block, he can set the edge down here a little bit with your, try to make sure these overhang players don't come out, and then he can also run routes. So again, versatility in the blocking scheme. You don't have to use a wide receiver on this. You can just bring in a tight end who's also got some downfield and receiving chops as well. So it doesn't change the dynamic of what you're trying to do, because at the end of the day, this is still a wide receiver blocking, and he's not very good at it. So you don't really want a receiver out here having to block against a defensive lineman. So Jody Fortson brings that ability as well, while still adding an element of, if you want to split out and really attack, if they show a lighter box or they show a lighter front, you can take that Jody Fortson and line him out wide, and you can still trust that he can find a way to catch a pass. And that's something Demarcus Robinson, for everything that he does well in this offense, was unable to do for the most part last year. But we get into the nuts and bolts, okay? The nuts and bolts of why I think that Jody Fortson, the addition to him, and the kind of, I won't say explosion he had last year, really more of the coming out party in the short snaps that we had, is 13 personnel, okay? I think that the Chiefs utilizing 13 personnel this year effectively, like they did specifically in the Eagles game. They did it at times early in the season, but they were unable to do so after, because with Travis Kelce, Blake Bell, and Noah Gray, you don't have a field stressing element to the 2 guys behind Travis Kelce. So it really limits what you can do, and it does bring these guys down the field. So again, 3 tight ends gives you a huge array of what you can do as an offense, especially if you have even a Blake Bell attached to Travis Kelce and Jody Fortson, because both of those guys can be wide receivers, okay? They can play receiver. They're big, they're strong, and we know that Travis Kelce is the best tight end in the NFL. I think Jody is a guy, we've talked a little bit about this, but he has some athletic upside as a receiver. He's not going to be asked to create a ton of separation like Travis Kelce. It's just not his game, but you can still trust him with the ball in the air. But what this does is, again, it brings the defense down, the line of scrimmage down, okay? And obviously this is last year. Tyreek Hill is no longer in Kansas City, but McCole Hardman, Sky Moore are guys that can give a little bit of this. But what it does is it allows you to max protect. You run 2-3 receiver routes, and it confuses the defense a little bit, because you see this gigantic pocket. It's huge. Like, it's a huge gap of just space. When you have that ability to run a play action pass, you can max protect, block with these tight ends, and then that forces these guys to try to backtrack into their spots. Where are they going to go? What's going to happen? How are they going to get there? That's what it brings. Boom, max protect, and then this gigantic wide open space that Tyreek Hill sits in, gets the ball, takes it for a touchdown. Like, it's creating space. And one thing that they were unable to do last year, because they played so much, 11 personnel and they wanted to throw the ball deep down the field, they didn't have that space creator. And I think that 13 personnel this year, with the limited snaps that we saw last year, is going to open up a huge array of the field for them, because again, you can split them out, you can have them block, you can run the ball. It allows you to be much more versatile in what you can do in running the football again and getting to those intermediate spots of the field that really open everything up. So I'm excited to see them do that again. Here is another way of them doing almost the exact same thing, but they're running it this time. Okay? Again, versatility. Now they get it to the outside. Not the best use because, Darrell Williams is not the fastest guy. Clyde's not the fastest guy, but maybe you get Ronald Jones on some of these outside runs. You can get Jody Fortson lead blocking. You have a block down, go get him, lead block, you get another tackle. Look, you can do so many different things. It's versatile. It's so much fun because you could even run a different play off of any of these things with that bunch trips with 3 tight ends out there. It just makes your offense so much more unpredictable. And I really believe that as much as we hope, and I hope that Jody Fortson can take that step and be the same guy that he was coming off that injury this year, is that it creates a lot more ability to be unpredictable. And again, we're still seeing them do the exact same thing. 3 different times they run 3 different plays, okay? And again, get Jody Fortson out lead blocking. This time it's an end around to Mecole Hardman. This is the future of the Chiefs offense, in my opinion. You have multiple different skill sets now with Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Mecole Hardman, Sky Moore. You bring Ronald Jones in. You have you have all of these guys still with, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You have the vast amount of weapons that you have now. You have to find ways to get them involved. And one thing you can do, again, is continuously bring out that 13 personnel and confuse the defense. What are they going to do out of it? You can run so many different variations of plays. And I truly believe that them unlocking 13 personnel this year with Blake Bell and or Noah Gray, with Jody Fortson and Travis Kelce, they are going to be able to really hurt defenses from anywhere on the field in multiple different ways. I do think that they're going to finally use some more bigger body receivers and be able to throw the ball downfield. Jody Fortson has shown that in the couple of the first plays already, that he has the ball skills and the body adjusting ability to do that and attack the ball in the air. So I'm excited about what the potential of this offense could be with an addition of a package that is so versatile like their 13 personnel is. And again, this was just one game last year against the Eagles where they used 3 separate plays and were able to at least create the illusion of effectiveness. They had one for a touchdown. This one goes for a huge play with Mecole Hardman. And then you have the Darrell Williams play that could have been bigger had Noah Gray blocked a little bit better and had he been faster. So a lot of different things that we can see out of 13 personnel with this Chiefs offense that I'm really excited about. And I think that Jody Fortson, while he's not going to be the key that makes the offense flow, he could be the key to unlocking 13 personnel like we saw against the Eagles and continuing to add that into their repertoire. We're not talking about running it 20 times a game. They're not going to do that, but you get it in there enough. You can run it 3 to 5 times a game, and you can run a different play every single time, and you can match that up different times in the week. So you put it on film, you bring it out, and you bring something different. You split everybody out wide. That's the beauty of it, because you have athletic tight ends and you have bigger body guys that you're starting to earn trust with Patrick Mahomes, that I'm really excited about what it could really do to the rest of the offense. And I'm hoping that this gives you a little bit of insight into why not only am I excited, but gives you a little bit of, that he's not wrong. This could really be exciting. It could be a lot of fun. And I truly think that we're going to see a brand new Chiefs offense this year, something that we haven't seen under Patrick Mahomes. It's going to make him better. It's going to make them better. They're more versatile, more confident in their overall skill set and what they can bring to the table. So I'm excited about it. I know that I've said that quite a bit, but you can tell by the way that I'm really trying to sell this, that this is something I truly believe in. So I'm hoping that the Chiefs take to it and they continue to utilize it and they become extremely efficient with it, because they can really attack defenses in so many different ways. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tomorrow, make sure to tune in to Chief in the North with Ryan and Seth. I don't know if I'll be there tomorrow, but we'll see what I can do. And I hope you guys are looking forward to this new, revamped, different Chiefs offense as much as I am. Please make sure to hit the like, the bell, and the sub. And you guys have yourselves a great Wednesday.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more, and subscribe to RGR Football.